Hello, you chose option B, not B, arrow C. This is one of the correct answers. Excellent, well done. This is what you're going to wind up with if you use something like the following rule of thumb for unless sentences. Wherever you see unless, replace it with if not. So applying that kind of rule to this sentence, Florida faces power brownouts this summer if the public does not cut back on its use of electricity. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to have to do something to it. Florida faces power brownouts this summer if the public does not cut back on its use of electricity. If I want to stick an arrow into that sentence, replace the if with an arrow, I have to rearrange the sentence so that it goes in the form if A, then B. And then once you have that ordering, if you have if A, then B, that's A, arrow B. So if I want to rearrange things where I have a sentence not of the form if A, then B, but A, if B, we've talked about this. I'm sorry for doing this without writing it down. So if we have a sentence that says, Florida faces power brownouts if the public does not cut back on its electricity, when I rearrange, that if word has to stick to the thing that comes after it. So I wind up moving that to the front of the sentence. So we get, if the public does not cut back on its use of electricity, then Florida faces power brownouts this summer. Okay, that's going to get you not the option you picked, but option D. So how do we wind up with B? Here's something else to notice. I'm going to write this in the whiteboard. I should have been writing things down before. So when you have, suppose you have a sentence like this, A, arrow, B. You can get another sentence that's logically equivalent to that one by doing the following two things. You have to do both of them. Thing one, we're going to change the order. We're going to write B, arrow, A. This sentence is not equivalent to the original one, but after changing the order, if I also put a negation on both parts, both the antecedent and the consequent, then I get something equivalent. So if A, then B, I tell you, is equivalent to if not B, then not A. Now, suppose I also tell you, here's another shocking revelation. When you have any given sentence, that's equivalent to a double negation of that sentence in our logic. So A says the same thing as not A. Okay, let's apply those two things to the sentences we were just dealing with. So we got, by using that if not rule for translating unless sentences, we got to not C, arrow, B. Okay, I'm going to turn those two things around. I'm going to change the order and put negations on. So then we get not B, arrow, not C. But now there's a double negation on that C. I guess another thing I should tell you is if you've got one sentence logically equivalent to another, then you can swap one for the other, even when they're just a part of another sentence. So, okay, I think now I can take out the not, and I get not B, arrow, C. That's your option B. That is my best way of reconstructing a way that you would get from the original English sentence here to your option B, which you picked, which is correct. And option D is correct as well. So, well done. You can go on to the next question.